a lot of other things we could do because of this crisis. I mean, in China, there are 40,000 doctors, nurses, and respiratory technicians went from all over China to Wuhan and helped the Wuhan doctors fight the virus. There's no more virus in Wuhan. Those doctors have all gone home. There have been victory parades for them, gratitude, flowers, and everything. They're heroes. They have skills in fighting COVID-19. Any doctor will tell you that an old doctor who has seen the cases before knows what to look for. A young doctor who has never seen a case before is scared and nervous and doesn't know what to look for. They not only have the skills, a lot of them caught the virus and are now immune. So they can do a lot of things that would be dangerous for somebody who hasn't got the virus to do. I don't see why we couldn't hire for our pandemic a lot of those doctors, nurses, respiratory technicians. We would need to find translators, but that's not so tough in New York City. We would need to pay them, but American wages look pretty good to Chinese doctors. The bottleneck, I fear, is that the Trump administration may be so afraid to admit that it might need help from outside that it will refuse them visas. But again, that would cost lives. I think that would be a mistake. I mean, apparently, when Mr. Trump on Friday talked about his conversation with President Xi of China, he didn't mention that President Xi offered him help. Didn't want to mention that at all. But if you look at the reporting out of China, that was clear. I think it's not a good idea to keep insulting China and baiting them, because if you look far enough down the road, President Trump may have to go to them with his hat in his hand, because we're going to be able to design a great vaccine, but I don't know if we're going to be able to run our vaccine plants if too many are sick. I'm not quite sure. We may need vaccine from China, and they, out of anger, could simply say, sure, it'll be $10,000 a dose. And that's the free market working with you on the bad end of the stick. We don't want to face that. So I think we got to think about opportunities here for being smart about getting a hold of the supplies we need, getting a hold of the expertise we need.